basically we're going to work from who you want to work with to what your message is, all the way down to really what kind of offers you're going to make these people. And if done properly, this is all going to fit within the confines of one page. Really, there are 7 boxes we probably need to be able to fill in to execute the one-page blueprint properly. So let's dig into that to get started. The first thing that we need to do is figure out who we're marketing to. And, you know, I guess the old adage goes that if you're trying to market to everyone, or if you're trying to sell to everyone, you're actually marketing to no one. And I mean, it holds true though. We know that we've got a particular type of clientele that we want to work with. We know that in a fitness or training-based business, people are only going to travel so far to work with you at any particular type of frequency. Now, if you're doing online training, that's a different animal, but this is specifically for offline businesses. So, you know, there's a geographic proximity that factors into all this. So when we think about our ideal person, it really boils down to like a 3-part formula. And I don't know that I've ever heard anybody else explain it this way, but I think that it'll clear up a lot of it for you as we walk through it. So the 3-part formula works like this. You know, we start with who our ideal client is. We think about what target market that they're a part of. And we think about the niche that we feel that they would specifically be attracted to. So let's dig into each of those a little bit deeper. First of all, like if we're trying to narrow down who our ideal client is, I mean, the easiest place to start is with our current client base, right? Like there's a segment of our current client base, be it 10%, 20%, maybe even up to 25 or 30% of your clients that that you feel like are your true superstars. They're the people that you feel like, I want more of. I want to spend all my time working with people like this. And, you know, these people, you know, they don't live in a vacuum, right? They don't just come train. They're doing stuff for the other 165 hours a week that they're not with you. So what do we know about these people? Are they, you know, I mean, are they male or female? Do they kind of fit in a particular age range? Do they live in a particular part of town? Are they all people that reside within, a particular kind of geographic area? Do they, what do you enjoy about working with them? Because this isn't just demographics or anything like that. And as we talk about like the target market, we'll be able to layer that on, maybe even a little bit more. But, what do you enjoy about them? Are they people who are type A personalities? Are they people who are really coachable? Are they people who are experienced exercisers that they've done stuff before? Are they kind of team players? Are they more advanced? Are they beginners? You pick, right? Like, but I want you to think about your favorite clients and just put it all out there, everything that you know about them. And then don't be afraid to say, okay, well, how could they be even better? How could these people maybe be an even better fit? Because I think that when we're putting our ideal person together, maybe your best clients are terrific, except for the fact that, you'd like them to be a little bit more compliant outside the gym or something like that, right? So, that's step number one, is we've got to figure out who are people that we enjoy most, who they are. And, we can always talk about theory. We can always talk about, well, I'd like to work with this person, but you never really know until you've done it. So, start with the people you have, the people you really, really connect with. So, once we've figured that out, these people belong to kind of a bigger market, right? So think about this like if we were talking about fish, right? Let's say that we're trying to catch a particular type of fish. Well, then those fish probably reside in a particular area, a particular body of water. It might be a lake or a river, an ocean, depending on what you're looking for. But, you're not going to look for a shark in the Ohio River, right? So think about the target market as being that body of water, right? So where do your ideal people or your ideal clients, like what is the bigger target market they belong to? So that's when we can get into a little bit more of the demographic stuff. When we're not necessarily thinking about the intangibles about the clients that we love, but now we're thinking a little bit bigger. Like we're in Louisville, Kentucky, so maybe the bigger pool of people is maybe they live in Middletown or they live in St. Matthews, like suburbs of Louisville. Maybe they live in particular subdivisions or homeowners associations. Maybe they, belong to particular social groups. Maybe they have kids that go to particular schools. Maybe they go to, particular churches, something like that. But so this is that bigger pool of people, and we have to think about like what do these people want, and how are we going to be able to help them get it in a way that the people who are part of this bigger pool raise their hand and say, "You're for us." And if we narrow down this target market and we think about this like who we're trying to reach and where we can actually find them. I mean, it could be as simple as, really thinking, okay, you guys are part of, the Ideal Business Academy. Well, but you're also part of a bigger pool of fitness business owners. That might be even a bigger pool of fitness professionals as a whole, right? But it's a lot easier to find you if you start searching like groups of fitness business owners or fitness professionals than if we just said, hey, I'm going to search people in North America or business owners in general to try to find you, right? So we're trying to just narrow the pool so we're speaking the right message. In fact, I mean, it's a pretty simple kind of case study if you want to think about trainers. Like for me, it's much easier to say, okay, I want to connect with people who align with, NSCA or NASM or Precision Nutrition or attend Perform Better events, who are also business owners. If I'm running a Facebook ad or something like that, doesn't mean everybody in that pool is a fit for me, but there's a higher likelihood I'm going to find a fit than if I just target, people that fit in your age group, who happen to reside in the eastern half of the United States or whatever, right? So we're just narrowing. But if, I think about my wife's business, same type of thing, right? Not everybody who wants a 15-minute kind of home workout that's a busy mom, not every mom fits into that criteria, but we've already, just by saying mom, we've already filtered out well over half the population, right? So, the target market, we're just trying to narrow them down so we can be very specific about the message. That way we know where to find who we're looking for. We get to know those people better. Let's say that you did target specifically, moms, but maybe even moms of school-age children. Well, they're speaking a different language than a lot of other people. They're thinking about different things. They're thinking about, okay, I've got to get my kids to school. We've got to worry about PTA. We've got to, worry about after-school activities, and we're dealing with homework and all these other things that, maybe a lot of people don't care about. They don't think about. But you get to know them better, so now they say, well, wait a minute. She's for me. He's for me. There's some empathy there. There's a personal connection where you get to tailor your message for this, this very specific group of people. For me, fitness professionals, I write a newsletter every day, but it's tailored specifically for fitness professionals. The message that I talk about, everything is tailored for them. Now, it could work for pretty much any small business owner. A workout that like my wife creates for busy moms could probably work for anybody who wanted to get in shape and work out at home. But by narrowing, we get to help them understand that we are specifically for a particular group of people. So, you can do the same. You could send a postcard to a particular neighborhood that had a before and after of one of your clients who happens to live in that neighborhood, and they're going to say, wait a minute, they specialize in working just with us. So that's a big deal. When we're thinking about our ideal person, our ideal client, helping people see you as the best solution for them, not just another business in a sea of solutions, is a really powerful way to set yourself apart. And then finally, your niche, right? How are you going to serve this person? Because maybe you want to work with busy moms on the, in the eastern part of Louisville. Well, do you do it through in-home training? Do you do it through semi-private training, by one-on-one training in a studio? Do you do group training? Do you run a CrossFit? Do you, so there's a way that you're doing something that might directly connect with that person, right? Like, because there may be, a busy mom that lives in the eastern part of Louisville that fits your criteria and all these other parts, but she's looking for one-on-one in-home training. Doesn't matter if she fits all your other criteria, but you run a boot camp, right? So this is how you really dial it down. Now, why does this stuff matter so much? Because we're busy. We're business owners. We've got so many things on our plate that you've got to be able to filter the way that you're going to invest your money and your time and your energy when it comes to marketing. So it's really important that we know who we're trying to reach and where we're going to find them. Because if we don't, then we're going to every health fair under the sun. We're running every, instead of us narrowing a direct mail campaign to a particular neighborhood or subdivision, we're going to one of these big postcard providers and say, hey, we'll do a mail drop, that's 10,000 pieces for $4,000 or whatever else, and you're trying to cast this big net, but you're not catching anything, right? So it's really important that we know, like, hey, our people, our best clients kind of reside in this area, so we're going to focus all of our marketing on this area. We're going to focus all of our marketing on these people, and we're going to make sure that the message, which is the next piece of the puzzle that we're getting into, speaks specifically to them so that they know that we're for them. And by doing that, it's going to open even more doors to that target market, more of the gatekeepers, more of the people who lead companies and associations and groups, the influencers. They're going to connect with you, and so then you get more opportunities. Like when I think about it for me, it's much easier for me to get a speaking opportunity with the NSCA or somebody like that because I'm a specialist for fitness business owners than it would be if I just said, okay, I just do general business and I can probably adapt it to what you do, right? Same thing. So that's your ideal person.